Most people believe that transformation takes years, sometimes even a lifetime. They think success is a long, complicated road that only a few lucky ones can walk. But let me tell you this straight, you don't need 10 years to change your life. You need 6 months of absolute focus, discipline, and commitment. May sound small compared to a lifetime, but in reality, half a year of serious discipline can put you years ahead of those who keep waiting for the right time. The problem is not time. The problem is clarity and discipline. People waste years because they keep waiting for perfect conditions, for someone to push them, or for luck to knock at their door. But transformation never comes to those who wait. It comes to those who act, even when conditions aren't perfect. 6 months of discipline will beat 10 years of excuses. Why 6 months? Because 6 months is long enough to break old habits and build new ones, but short enough for your brain to stay hungry and focused. It's a time frame that demands urgency while still allowing measurable progress. Think about it. In 6 months, you can learn a new skill, change your health, grow your income, or shift your mindset completely. You can either waste those 6 months scrolling, complaining, and doubting, or you can invest them in building a version of yourself that you didn't think was possible. Transformation doesn't happen because of inspiration. It happens because of daily execution. And execution requires discipline. Discipline is not about being harsh on yourself. It's about being committed to your future self. Every morning you wake up with 2 choices. Continue living the same story or start writing a new one. 6 months of discipline is the doorway to that new story. Ask yourself, what if you gave 6 months of your life with 0 excuses, no compromises, and full focus? What if for 6 months you showed up every day, even when tired, even when unmotivated? What if for 6 months you said no to distractions and yes to growth? Do you think your life would look the same at the end of it? No, it wouldn't. You wouldn't even recognize yourself. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 week, but underestimate what they can do in 6 months. They want overnight results, and when they don't get them, they quit. But 6 months is where real magic happens. It is the testing ground of patience, resilience, and commitment. If you can win for 6 months, you can win for a lifetime. This 6-month success plan isn't about shortcuts. It's about building the foundation that others are too lazy to build. 90% of people waste time chasing distractions. You can use the same 6 months to quietly build habits that will change your life forever. The truth is simple. Life doesn't reward those who wait. It rewards those who work with discipline. So today I challenge you, stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment doesn't exist. Start with what you have, where you are, and who you are right now. Commit yourself for 6 months. Discipline your mind, your time, and your habits. If you do, your life will never be the same again. 6 months of discipline has the power to transform the next 60 years of your life. The very first step of your 6-month transformation plan is clarity of vision combined with discipline of habits. Without clarity, you're like a ship in the ocean without a compass. You may keep moving, but you'll never reach the right destination. Without discipline, you're like a car with no fuel. You may know where to go, but you'll never have the power to get there. Success is born when clarity and discipline come together. One without the other is useless. Think about this. Most people want success, but they cannot even define what success means to them. They say rich, or I want to be happy, or I want freedom. But these are just vague desires, not real clarity. Clarity is not about wanting more money. It's about defining how much money you need, why you need it, and by when. Clarity is not about saying, I want to be fit. It's about setting a target weight, committing to a routine, and measuring progress. Vague dreams are like clouds. They float around but never become rain. Clear goals are like water. They flow with direction and give life to everything they touch. Now, once you have clarity, the next step is discipline of habits. Because clarity without action is like drawing a map but never starting the journey. You can't just sit in your room imagining success. It won't knock on your door. Success demands that you get up, show up, and take action every single day. And that's where habits come in. Habits are the invisible architecture of success. They build or destroy your future without asking for your permission. The things you repeatedly do shape the person you become. In these 6 months, you must identify the habits that align with your vision and commit to them with discipline. Let me give you an example. If your clarity is to become financially free, then your habits might include saving a percentage of your income daily, investing wisely, or building a side skill that creates another source of income. If your clarity is health, then your habits must include daily exercise, mindful eating, and disciplined sleep. The vision tells you what direction to take, and the habits carry you step by step along that road. The mistake most people make is waiting for motivation to act. But motivation is like the weather. It changes every day. Some days you feel like working, and some days you don't. If you only act when motivated, you'll quit within weeks. Discipline is the answer. Discipline says, I will do it not because I feel like it, but because I committed to it. 6 months of discipline means you will act every day, whether motivated or not. That's how transformation happens. Remember, small habits compounded daily are more powerful than occasional big efforts. Reading 10 pages every day may not look like much, but in 6 months you'll finish multiple books and acquire knowledge that others don't have. Saving a small amount every day may not make you rich instantly, but in 6 months you'll see growth that creates momentum. Waking up an hour earlier every day may feel hard in the beginning. In 6 months you'll have gained 180 extra hours, time that most people waste while sleeping. Discipline of small habits creates massive results. And here's another truth: clarity and discipline protect you from distractions. In today's world, distractions are the biggest enemy of transformation. Social media, meaningless conversations, unnecessary entertainment, they all steal your time and energy. But when you have clarity, you know what to say yes to and what to reject. When you have discipline, you stick to your plan even when distractions tempt you. 6 months of focus with clarity and discipline will put you years ahead of those who keep losing themselves to distractions every single day. Ask yourself this: are you living by default or by design? Default living means you wake up, do what feels easy, and let the day control you. Living by design means you wake up with clarity and discipline, and you control the day. 6 months of living by design will create a future that others only dream of. Don't underestimate the power of these two forces: clarity and discipline. Clarity makes you see the mountain you need to climb. Discipline gives you the strength to climb it step by step. Clarity gives you direction. Discipline gives you momentum. Combine the two, and 6 months from now, your life will not look the same. People will look at you and wonder, how did this person change so fast? But you will know it wasn't luck. It wasn't shortcuts. It wasn't waiting for the perfect time. It was 6 months of absolute clarity and unshakable discipline. So as you begin this journey, write down your vision clearly. Define what success means for you in the next 6 months. Break it into measurable goals. Then design habits that match those goals and commit to them with discipline every single day. No excuses, no delays. Do this and you will witness transformation so powerful that even you won't believe it's the same life. The second step of your 6-month success plan is building the mindset of growth and resilience. Once you have clarity and discipline, your external actions may be strong, but if your mind is weak, one failure will destroy everything. That is why mindset is the foundation of success. No matter how talented you are, no matter how skilled you are, if you cannot handle failure, rejection, and setbacks, you will never reach the finish line. 6 months of strengthening your mindset can change not only what you achieve, but who you become. The truth is simple: life will test you. In these 6 months, you will face moments when nothing seems to work. You will feel like giving up. You will face criticism from people who don't believe in you. You will face days when your effort doesn't give you the results you expected. That's when most people quit. They give up at the first obstacle. They let a temporary defeat decide their permanent future. But you must be different. You must build resilience the ability to keep moving forward no matter how heavy the storm becomes. Understand this: resilience is not about avoiding failure. It's about using failure as fuel. When you fail, instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Every failure carries a lesson. Every rejection carries a redirection. And every obstacle carries an opportunity. If you can train your mind to see lessons instead of losses, you will never be truly defeated. In fact, you'll grow stronger every time life tries to break you. That's the mindset you need for the next 6 months. Now, how do you build this kind of mindset? It doesn't happen by accident. It requires conscious practice. The first practice is to guard your thoughts. Your mind is like soil. Whatever you plant will grow. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, those will grow and control your actions. If you plant seeds of confidence, determination, and positivity, those will grow and give you strength. Every day, feed your mind with positive input, books, speeches, or your own affirmations. Because if you don't control what enters your mind, the world will fill it with poison. The second practice is embracing challenges instead of avoiding them. Weak minds run away from difficulties. Strong minds welcome them. When you face a problem, "This is too hard," instead say, "This is my chance to grow." Every challenge you face in these 6 months will prepare you for the bigger opportunities waiting for you in the future. If you hide from challenges, you will also hide from opportunities. But if you embrace them, you will build the muscle of resilience. The third practice is surrounding yourself with the right environment. Your mindset is heavily influenced by the people around you. If you spend your time with negative, lazy, and hopeless people, their mindset will infect yours. But if you spend time with disciplined, ambitious, and positive people, their energy will lift you higher. In 6 months, you must protect your environment like your life depends on it, because it does. Cut out toxic influences. Reduce time with complainers. Increase time with learners, doers, and believers. And the fourth practice is patience. Transformation takes time. 6 months may feel long, but in reality, it's just the beginning. Many people quit because they expect results too fast. They plant a seed today and expect a tree tomorrow. But real growth takes patience. The habit you start today may not show results in the first month, but by the 6th month, it will bear fruit. Patience is the glue that holds resilience together. If you lose patience, you lose everything. Think about the greatest achievers in history. They were not the smartest or the luckiest, but they were the most resilient. They failed hundreds of times, but they never quit. They faced criticism, but they never gave up on their vision. They were patient enough to see their hard work pay off. That's the mindset you must build. Not just for 6 months, but for life. In this journey, your biggest battle will not be with the world, but with yourself, your doubts, your fears, your laziness, your excuses. These are the real enemies. If you can conquer them, no external challenge can stop you. 6 months of strengthening your mindset will teach you how to fight this inner battle and win. Remember this formula: strong mindset, consistent action, Tepo's unstoppable success. Without a strong mindset, you may start strong but end weak. With a strong mindset, if you start weak, you will end strong. That's the power of resilience. So as you move forward in this 6-month transformation, decide today will break you. Nothing will stop you. Failure will not stop you. Criticism will not stop you. Slow results will not stop you. Because you have chosen the mindset of growth and resilience. If you commit to this mindset for 6 months, you will not just achieve success. You will become the kind of person who can handle success. And that, more than anything else, is the true transformation. The third step of your 6-month success plan is mastering time and building unstoppable productivity. You see, success is not about working the hardest or staying the busiest. It's about working smart, using time wisely, and focusing on what truly matters. Many people fail not because they don't have the talent or discipline, but because they waste their most precious resource, time. If you waste hours every day on distractions, excuses, and unimportant things, 6 months will pass and nothing will change. But if you learn to master your time, Even 6 months can completely transform your life. Time is the one thing you cannot buy back. You can lose money and earn it again. You can lose energy and recover it. But once a day is gone, it will never return. That's why successful people respect their time more than anything else. They treat every hour as an investment. They don't waste it on gossip, unnecessary arguments, or endless entertainment. They use it to grow, to learn, to build, to connect, and to create. And that's exactly what you must do in these 6 months. Treat your time as gold. The first step in mastering time is clarity. Many people say they are busy, but they are busy with the wrong things. They are running, but in the wrong direction. Without clarity, hard work is useless. So, for the next 6 months, you must know exactly what your priorities are. Ask yourself, what are the 3 most important things I must achieve in this period? Once you know your top goals, focus on them like your life depends on it. Everything else is secondary. The second step is eliminating distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, endless notifications, useless conversations, television, all of these steal your time without mercy. 6 months may sound like a long period, but if you lose 2 or 3 hours every day to distractions, that's hundreds of hours wasted. Imagine if those hours were invested in learning a new skill, building your health, or growing your business. Your life would look completely different. So discipline yourself to reduce distractions. Limit your time on social media. Turn off notifications when you work. Say no to time-wasting conversations. Protect your focus like a warrior. The third step is creating a system for productivity. Discipline alone is not enough. You need structure. Create a daily routine that forces you to focus. Wake up early, plan your day the night before, and divide your time into blocks of focused work. For example, spend the first hour of your morning on growth, reading, journaling, or exercising. Then spend the next few hours on your most important task without interruptions. When you have structure, your mind will follow. Without structure, your time will leak away into useless activities. Another powerful practice is the 80-20 principle. Not everything you do gives the same results. In fact, 20% of your efforts usually create 80% of your outcomes. The problem is, most people spend their time on the other 80%, the tasks that don't matter much. For 6 months, identify the few activities that drive real results in your life, career, or business. Focus on them. Cut down or delegate the rest. This is how you multiply your productivity without multiplying your stress. The fourth step in mastering time is learning the power of consistency. Success is not built in one day. It is built in daily actions repeated over time. If you dedicate just 2 focused hours every day to your most important goal, in 6 months you will have invested 360 hours. That's like spending 9 full weeks doing nothing else but working on your dream. Do you realize how powerful that is? Most people waste those hours on entertainment, but you can invest them into transformation. Consistency will make you unstoppable. And don't forget, this mastering time is not just about working harder, it's also about resting wisely. Many people burn out because they think productivity means working nonstop. No, productivity means managing your energy. Schedule time to rest, recharge, and recover. Exercise. Spend meaningful time with family or close friends. A rested mind is 10 times more productive than an exhausted one. So balance your effort with smart recovery. There's also the issue of procrastination. This is the silent killer of dreams. Many people have brilliant ideas but never act on them because they keep waiting for the perfect time. But here's the truth, there is no perfect time. If you wait for everything to be ideal, you will wait forever. The best way to overcome procrastination is to start small right now. Take one step, no matter how small, and momentum will follow. 6 months of consistent small steps will lead to massive results. Mastering time also requires accountability. When no one is watching, it's easy to waste time. That's why you should create systems of accountability. Share your goals with someone who will check on your progress. Track your daily habits in a journal or an app. Review your progress every week. When you measure your time, you respect it more. In these 6 months, if you can master your time, you will already be ahead of most people. Because most people let time control them instead of controlling time. They let distractions decide their focus and laziness decide their pace. But not you. You are here to transform. You are here to make every hour count. You are here to prove that 6 months of focus can achieve what years of wandering cannot. So remember this, the future belongs to those who respect time. Treat every day as a gift. Treat every hour as an opportunity. And treat every minute as an investment. Because when you master time, you master life. 6 months of disciplined, focused, and consistent use of time will change you forever. You won't just be more productive, you'll be more powerful, more confident, and more unstoppable. And that is the essence of transformation. The fourth and final step of your 6-month success plan is building resilience and unstoppable self-belief. You can set goals, you can build habits, you can manage your time, but if you don't have the inner strength to face difficulties, everything will collapse the moment life tests you. And trust me, life will test you. In fact, the moment you decide to change, the universe will throw challenges at you to see how badly you want it. Success is not a straight road. It is full of obstacles, failures, and disappointments. And the difference between people who succeed and those who give up is not talent, not luck, but resilience. Resilience means you refuse to quit when things get hard. It means you keep moving forward when the results don't come immediately. It means you rise every time you fall. In these 6 months, you must build resilience like a muscle, because without it, you will quit halfway. With it, you will become unstoppable. The first truth you must accept is this: failure is not your enemy, it is your teacher. Most people fear failure, so they avoid challenges. They think failing means they are not good enough. But the truth is, every failure is feedback. It shows you what doesn't work so you can find what does. Every successful person has failed more times than the average person has even tried. Failure is part of the process. If you are not failing, it means you are not trying hard enough. In the next 6 months, don't fear failure. Fear standing still. The second truth is that challenges are not punishments. They are opportunities to grow. If everything is easy, you will never grow. Just like muscles only grow when they are stressed, your character only grows when you face difficulties. When things go wrong, don't complain. Don't ask. Instead, ask, what is this teaching me? How can I grow stronger from this? If you adopt this mindset, every obstacle becomes fuel for your transformation. Another key to resilience is emotional control. In tough times, people lose not because they are weak, but because they let emotions control them. Anger, frustration, self-doubt, these emotions destroy focus. To succeed, you must learn to manage your emotions. When you fail, don't let anger cloud your judgment. When you face rejection, don't let sadness paralyze you. When you feel fear, don't let it stop you. Breathe and act with clarity. Emotional control is strength. Now, resilience alone is not enough. You must also build unstoppable self-belief. Because even if the whole world doubts you, if you believe in yourself, you can still win. But if you don't believe in yourself, even if the whole world supports you, you will still lose. Belief is the foundation of discipline, consistency, and courage. Without belief, you will give up the moment things get hard. With belief, you will keep moving forward no matter what. How do you build this belief? By keeping promises to yourself.